problem.
Absolutely, but it takes somebody's money.
Yes.
Even if it's not you that has the money, you have to know somebody that has the money to make shit happen.
All right. So here we are, Cory-san. Back in the hot seat, as we say around here.
As we say, back on the show.
It's been a while. Welcome back to Sequel Productions Podcast, whatever it is. I don't even know anymore.
This is season 83, COVID 20.
I mean, we're close to 200 numbers.
We got to be. I mean,
I still haven't posted whatever the last ones were that I was supposed to post.
Yeah, you got some backlog.
I think they're on the Patreon. I just haven't done the YouTube video and then said, hey, world, look at us.
Look at the ones we got right here. The shit we got for you.
So, Cory, since you've been here last, you've had some back problems.
Yep, I fell out of a fucking folding chair and I wasn't even drunk.
Did you land on something?
I landed on my ass. Well, not on my ass. Like I tipped sideways out of a folding chair. So I landed like on my left side, but like fucking hard, like no brace. Like
did you feel something shift inside you?
I mean, I didn't necessarily feel whatever happened.
Mm-hmm. It just felt like you took a bump, like you would have.
Yeah, like if I had
in the past 35
tripped
years
or fallen, or it doesn't take much to throw your fucking back out at 35 anymore. You pick something up the wrong way, you're tweaked.
I mean, you say that, like, I think about this. I don't know if we talked about this or not, but when I got my hernia surgery, and I went in for the initial, like, test, yada, yada, questionnaire, one of the questions was, have you fallen recently?
Mm-hmm.
So what does that even mean? It's like that thing where if you're a woman and you go in for anything, they ask if you're pregnant.
Have you had your period?
Well, they ask if you're pregnant because they got to give you a certain medication.
Right. Different circumstances.
But it's just like, why are they asking if I've fallen?
Yeah. They're looking for a precipitating event, something that caused whatever you have going on.
Well, I told them what it was.
Right.
But it seemed like they're asking me if I've fallen since my hernia situation.
Maybe that has an effect on how the hernia may be sitting at that time. I don't know.
I told them no, but I had.
Well, I'm glad that worked out for you.
It didn't seem relevant at the time. I'm like, why are they asking me if I've fallen? Because there was no, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like when you look at something to compare it to.
Oh, like a correlation?
I guess that's not it.
I don't know.
But like, I had no, sense of
what they were talking about, why they were
asking. Yeah, why they were asking. I had no sense of why they were asking me.
You're looking for like I know what you're talking about. I can't think of the fucking $10 word either.
But when we went to Vegas one time and went up to Lake Mead and like we were throwing a ball around and there's just rocks underneath my feet. And so like they rolled and I fell trying to catch this ball. They thought I dove for the motherfucking thing. It's like, why would you dive for the thing when it's just
rocks,
sharp fucking pointy rocks all over the ground?
Oh, nice.
So I'd fallen then. And I didn't mention it when they asked me if I had fallen. It's like, man, it's like they knew. It was like such a specific fucking question for something that specifically did happen to me.
I find that in the medical industry, when you have an injury or you have something that the doctor's specifically looking at, they're going to throw shit at you to make sure you're not full of shit.
Right.
Is the problem.
And the other question is about the aspirin thing. Well, they're like, hey, don't take any of these medications in the last 2 weeks. It's like, 2 weeks?
Yeah. How am I supposed to fucking survive with nothing for 2 weeks?
Well, it's not that. It's just like, oh, maybe I took something 2 weeks and a day ago, like an aspirin when I had a headache that day.
Right.
You're asking me this now, and I'm only just now coming in with my situation to get this figured out.
Like, how am I supposed to know I'm not supposed to have had that?
Right, and sometimes I take vitamins and sometimes I don't. It's like I don't know if I took, B12 that day or a month ago or last night.
They're looking for people who are obviously doing shit they're not supposed to be doing, or obviously doing stuff regularly that is going to cause a problem.
Well, I mean, they don't want any blood thinners in you, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
But then they were like, when I was there, they're like, oh, that one's fine. You just can't take ibuprofen.
Right.
Or whatever it is. Yeah. And it's like I don't know the answers to these questions.
Right.
I don't catalog my daily life you know, did I take my vitamins that day or not, and how many of the 12 that I take are they? Because they want a whole fucking list of everything, and it's like, I don't know. I've had this jar sitting there for a year from Costco, and I take the 1 or 2 that it says on there, and I move on with my life.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what it is anymore. Ginkgo biloba, B12, a D, a C.
So what I usually do in that situation is I just tell them I take a multivitamin.
Right.
That pretty much covers bases.
A fish oil,
I'm taking
apple cider vinegar.
Exactly. I'm like, I take a multivitamin, I take ibuprofen, Tylenol, naproxen.
Yeah, but they want to know, like, which multivitamin. I want to know what's in there. How many 10 fucking things do they have in that fucking orange chewable you're taking?
And I don't know is an acceptable answer. Like, tell them, I don't know, it's the fucking general one. It's the.
So I'm sweating it while I'm fucking sitting there. Like,
yeah.
Did I take something now that's going to ruin this hernia surgery?
Right.
And I don't know that I didn't fuck it up after it was over and done with.
And that's the thing. Like, they should tell you before, like, when you're doing pre-op screening stuff, blood tests, EKG, shit like that, they should be like, okay, look.
They want to know in a year in advance when you think you got injured that you didn't fucking take anything.
Yeah, not happening. Not realistic. So, I don't know.
Anyways, back to you falling down in the chair.
So I fell out of the chair. My
Pulled a Steve Urkel.
Yeah. Did I do that?
No, I've fallen and I can't get it. Isn't that Steve Urkel?
Yeah, he did both of those. So I fall down when we're camping. My back's fucked for the whole rest of the trip.
Currently, still.
Just tweaked. Like I thought, okay.
So you felt better after that? It got better. Really?
I mean, it felt better to a point, right? This was about 3 weeks that it goes on. So I fell down, and there's about a 3-week period where I'm like mostly okay.
Mm-hmm.
Not super fucked up all the time, not able to walk, stuff like that. And then I get done working on cars on a Sunday. I'm like, okay, I feel all right. I'm gonna go take a shower in a hot tub, relax, try to stretch out a little bit. I'm sore. I've been working all fucking day. So I go in the hot tub, I lay down in bed, and I can't get up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I physically, I'm not able. Like, I probably could have got up. I'm going to make myself get up. So I kept telling everybody, like, if the house is on fire, I was physically strong enough. Hey, look at that. That's way better. I'm physically strong enough to have gotten out of my chair or gotten out of my bed, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but it hurts like a motherfucker, like bad.
Lower back?
Yeah, lower back and sciatic, like down my leg, my knee, all the way down to my foot. And I'm not talking about like sore or tingly. I'm talking about fucking excruciating fucking nerve pain. Like, I can squeeze my leg right now, like the back of my leg, and I can feel the nerve because it's fucking lit up, like even right now. I can squeeze it and it makes my fucking toes tingle. Mm-hmm. It's weird. That's crazy. I lay down Sunday night and I'm like, you know what? I got a nice bed. I was gonna take some fucking ibuprofen. I'm gonna sleep it off.
Let the body work its magic.
Just let it fucking heal up. I'll be fine. I wake up Monday, same business. I can't fucking get up.
Scary.
And I'm like, okay. And it's early. It's like 5:30 in the morning. I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'm not going to work today. So I, 5:30, 6:30, 7 o'clock, and the wife's like, okay, well, if you're gonna stay home, I'm gonna take the kids to daycare. I'm gonna go to work. I got some shit going on at work that I gotta go handle. And it's like, I'll be fine. I'm laying in bed.
I can't babysit you, Cory.
No, she didn't say that. She asked me if she wanted her to stay home, and I was like, I'll be fine. Like, what's the fucking worst that could happen? Like, she brought me some snacks to the fucking bedroom. I had a drink. I took some more ibuprofens and shit.
Yes.
I had the remote. I was laying in bed. I'm like, fuck it. I'll just lay here all day, right? God forbid I gotta take a shit or something, but it's whatever, right? Like, I'll fucking make it happen if I have to. I'll just deal with it. So I'm laying in bed, and it's the precipitating event for the rest of that day was stupid, right? It's 8 o'clock, 8:30. He's been gone for a while. I've been laying in bed watching TV, kind of just trying to get comfortable, stretch out a little bit, whatever. It's 8:30. I've already called into work. I'm not going to work. I'm not going to get up and work from home. I'm not doing shit. At that time, I was working from home predominantly. And I go, like, I kind of got to take a piss. And, like, not emergency, but I feel like I need to go.
Right.
And I kind of like to go outside and have a cigarette. So I'm going to get up. Even though I don't think I can get up.
Time to quit, Cory.
Yeah, fuck, that was a message. So I go, I'm going to get up. It's going to be hard. And I've been watching some, physical therapy videos and back pain videos and stuff like that on YouTube. And one of the videos that I watched right before I tried to get up was a physical therapist, and he was talking about, he's like, look, sometimes you do stuff that hurts, but it doesn't mean you're harming yourself, right? Just because it hurts doesn't mean you're harm. The hurt doesn't mean harm is what the message was at that point. So sometimes you do stuff that hurts more, but once you get to the other side of it, it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
So as long as you're not damaging yourself by doing something obviously more strenuous.
Meanwhile, he's not a doctor. You're not a doctor.
Right? No, this whole thing, right? So I'm like, all right, I've been hurt before. I've had back problems before. Never this bad.
Mm-hmm.
Not even the last time I had surgery. Not even that bad. This time, I'm like, all right, I'm going to roll up on my side, to the edge of the bed. This little move that I can do, put my elbow down and use this arm to push up, to get my body upright, sitting on the edge of the bed. If I start doing that, fuck that. That hurts like a motherfucker, right? Can't do it. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to scooch back off the edge of the bed a little bit, roll onto my stomach so I can hang my left leg off the bed, support my body weight, lean on the side table there, and stand up. And then once I get upright, it should be relatively the same as laying down, right? Maybe a little vertical pressure, but I'll be able to get up. And as long as I stay up or lay back down, I'll be fine, right? So I figure, fuck it, I got in bed to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not that hurt where I can't move, right? It's not a bone breakage, it's not a fucking muscle tear, it's nothing like that. I fucking got up, and all I could do was scream, fuck.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, fuck, 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 fuck. Like, it would have been great on film. Like, the pain face that I had on was incredible.
Real.
It was fantastically real, and I had never felt a fire of stabbing, fucking driving pain from the middle of my back all the way down my leg. It was like my leg had a fucking giant needle or a 2x4 just driven up the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
It hurt so fucking bad. And I was like, fuck this, I'm gonna lay back down. Like, I don't need to piss or smoke that bad. I'm gonna fucking lay down. I'm done. So it's like, I'll just fucking stay in bed until I loosen up.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay, fuck it. So I laid back down, but it didn't stop. I laid back down and it still fucking hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So I had this fucking muscle spasm going from trying to stand up, and it wouldn't stop. And I'm like laying in bed, and I'm like just clenching the bed sheets in my hand and trying to push my body. Later, I like worked this out in my mind. I was actually causing the problem by being so tensed up. I was causing the muscles to tense, causing the nerve to be more aggravated, causing that rest of that pain and the rest of the spasm to continue. So now it's 8:30, 9 o'clock. I'm laying in bed fucking crying. Like, not bawling like a bitch, but like pain.
It's okay.
Pain
okay.
crying.
You don't lose any man points.
You just can't fucking take it. And it was like, I don't like saying it in public or in front of people. It was like, put a fucking gun in your mouth pain. Like,
kill yourself.
I fucking quit.
Yeah.
Like, please, anything will make it stop, make it happen.
Right. The only aspirin that's going to work is a bullet.
Yeah. At that point, that's what you're thinking. You're like, this is never going to fucking stop. I'm going to be stuck like this forever. And I'm like, I don't know what to do. I freaked out. Which I rarely freak out to the point where I literally am frozen with fear and or pain that I don't know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
Usually I can go, okay, calm down, fucking just handle this shit, get to this point, and it'll get better. Fucking skipped over all that too. I don't know what the fuck to do. I'm lost. And I called the wife and I was like, look, babe, I don't know what to do. I'm fucking scared. I'm about to call 911 right now. Like, I don't know. Like, come fucking scrape me out of bed, backboard me, shoot me full of fucking morphine. I don't know. I don't care. Make somebody do something. I didn't know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, okay, I'm going to, finish up this one thing I have to do right now. I'm like literally in the middle of, and I'll come home. So she comes home and she's, hanging out with me basically, feeding me fucking ibuprofen and some muscle.
So you didn't go to the hospital at that point?
No, I did not go to the hospital. And it was like, the whole rest of that night was like, thinking about it,
mm-hmm.
thinking about going to the hospital, thinking about calling 911, thinking about getting an ambulance. One of her friends used to be an EMT, so we called her, and she's like, what do we do?
Mm-hmm.
Like, should we call an ambulance? And she's like, I mean, can he get up and move around and go to the bathroom and stuff? And I was like, no, That's the fucking problem. Like, I literally can't get out of bed. And she's like, it wouldn't be out of line to call EMTs, and they would come and fucking pump you with some drugs and get you out of there and get you to the hospital if you need to. So I'm like, okay. I didn't really want to do that. So I laid there in bed. My little brother came over, and he was going to fucking, like, physically, like, try to take the muscle tension off of me, like, try to support me so that I could get up, like, help me stand up. Every time he fucking touched me, he was like, nope, fuck it. No, can't do it. So we're like, okay, fine. He's like, I don't want to hurt you, and I'm not going to make you do anything. I'm like, okay, because I'm going to stay right here then. And then I started thinking about it. I was like, if the EMTs show up, what are they going to do? Like, all they could do is, like, roll me onto one side or the other with a backboard and get me out on a gurney and take me to the hospital. That's what would have happened. And it's like, is that really what I want to do? Not really. Not mostly, and it's a stupid reason why I didn't want to do this, because it's fucking expensive.
Right.
I didn't want to incur that expense to my family, and just because of one stupid thing. So that night, I pissed in a fucking Gatorade bottle.
Wow.
It was like, I can't go. I can't get up to go, and I'm not gonna fucking piss my pants. So, fucking got a Gatorade bottle. Fucking did it that way. Apologized up one wall and down the other for making somebody fucking dump out a piss bottle for me. You know, it's degrading. Like, it feels bad.
Sure.
And then I was like, all right, I'm gonna fucking just stay in bed. Like, I ate dinner in bed, like fucking tater tots and corn dogs or something. You know.
Yeah.
I ate. I watched TV. I fell back asleep. It was like 36 hours I spent in bed because I couldn't get up. The next morning, you know, same thing. I'm laying there in bed, and I'm like, I felt better the next day. So this was a Tuesday.
Until you moved, or?
No, I felt a little bit better. I had slept better that night. I kind of rolled over onto one side, and I was like, I'm going to try it. You know, and my dad had loaned me a walker that he had when he had knee surgery.
Or
like an old people walker, you know?
Like four legs.
Yeah, four-legged little walkie thing. And so I decided, I was like, fuck it. You know, I'm going to get up, and I'm going to stand up, and I'm going to go to the bathroom. Like, that's the fucking plan today. And I did it. I got up, and it hurt like a motherfucker to stand up, but I got up, and I stayed that way, and I kind of let everything settle again. I couldn't put any fucking pressure on my left leg at all. I could like barely fucking gimp around to walk on it. So I fucking hobbled around the house, went out in the kitchen, and I was just kind of supporting my body weight on my hands on the walker and letting my hips hang down, trying to stretch the pressure off of that disc. And it was like that for another week and a half.
Wow, you waited that long before.
I could get up. No, I had called my neurologist. I had called my GP.
Okay.
I got, you know, re-up on my pain meds and muscle relaxers that I was still taking. I got an appointment scheduled for x-rays. My neurologist appointment got handled. So it's like all of this happened in that week and a half. By the end of that week, I had gone for x-rays and all that kind of shit. And I was on the road to doing something about it. But it's still a process, right? So over the course of about 4 weeks, in between x-rays, visit with the neurologist, MRI, more fucking muscle relaxers, I'm able to work at home. You know, it takes a while to get up and out of bed, take a piss, get situated enough so that I can sit back in my chair, because sitting was fucking very painful. Like getting seated and then staying there was really fucking hard. About 45 minutes for me to get up out of bed and then get to where I could sit in my chair. So I was on and off work for about 2 weeks. And it wasn't like magically better. It didn't magically quit hurting.
Right, it just got to a point.
It got diminished to a point where it was like, okay, I can manage. Like right now I can manage. But for
you in pain right now?
Oh yeah. But for 2.5 weeks, I couldn't drive my car. I couldn't pick my kids up. I couldn't do nothing. It was like the wife literally would come home, pick me up, and take me to the doctor because I couldn't get in my own fucking car and take myself. Or I was afraid that if I did, I would get stuck or not be able to get in and out of the car.
God forbid.
Right? Like get stuck.
Flat tire.
Flat tire. Well, and it's a fucking stick. So, and it's my left leg that fucking hurts. So pushing the clutch up and down to drive anywhere was difficult. The first day I drove, I was like, oh, fuck this. This sucks dick. I don't want to do this.
You just had to have that car.
I did. It was fucking, sometimes I wonder if it was a mistake. So,
anyway. And any car is going to be...
Yeah, I mean...
Oh, no. You said left leg for clutch. Okay, for clutching. Okay.
So for driving stick, it
sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at this point, it's okay enough. I can handle it. So then it's just, week after week, it's just more process of what should we do? What should we do? I got an epidural, so they go and they shoot some fucking steroids and pain meds like on your fucking spinal cord from in between that gap where the issue is. That helped for a couple of weeks, and then it just kind of slid back down to where I was before I got the epidural, but not as bad as it was when I first had the issue. So I had appointment Wednesday, and it's like, fuck it, let's just do the surgery, get it over with, get better. I don't want to play games anymore. That's what I did last time.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I can't take that fucking pain for that long.
Now, so what's the surgery going to be?
Same thing I had last time. They go in, right on top of your spinal cord, on top of your spine in the back, and they just make a fucking about a 6 or 8 inch incision, and they fucking open you up. They go in and they trim out the herniated disc that is sticking out, pushing on the nerves that are fucking causing the pain. They trim that out, and then they open up the nerve channels, so your vertebrae are stacked on top of the disc, and there's channels that the nerve bundles come out of on each vertebrae. They go in and they kind of take a Dremel and they open those up so that if the nerves are inflamed, there's no contact. It doesn't rub on anything.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they did last time. And it worked fucking great. And I can't wait to get it done again, because it's right, like at this point in this situation, it's the only avenue I see to not fucking hating every day.
Did they mention anything about a cybernetic implant?
I wish. I want that fucking robo spine. Like, take all that shit out, replace it with titanium.
Right.
Make me fucking whole again.
This is 1,000% better than anything you were born with.
Yeah, and that is an interesting topic, because some people you start talking about it, thinking about cybernetic implants, and
are we anywhere close to, like, I know they replace parts with metal parts,
sure,
and plastic parts,
yeah,
but there's not like,
I think like functional mechanical changeouts, like from Repo Man, like shit like that.
I didn't see that one. I heard it wasn't any good.
Older movie, and
I mean, older if you say
Forrest Whitaker
and Jude Law.
Yeah,
is it Forrest Whitaker?
I don't think it is. I think it's a different black guy.
No, I think it might be Forrest Whitaker.
It might be. You got Forrest Whitaker.
I mean, you got Lawrence Fishburne. It's Jude Law at the very least, but like, are we anywhere close to having something that goes into our body and is actually better than what we have, opposed to like, oh hey, we're gonna replace your hip with this metal one, but
it's gonna wear out in 5 years.
Yeah, like, so they don't have anything to where they can just implant like, oh, you're gonna have like a metal bone,
right,
and it's gonna act like a metal bone and be indestructible.
Right. I don't think
it could bend.
I don't think we're there. I don't think we're there, honestly. I think that
or robotics.
The closest thing we have is we have like a robotic, quote unquote robotic hearts. They're like
better?
Not better though. Functional.
Functional.
A functional replacement.
So wait, they can replace our heart, or do they put a piece onto our heart?
It's a what's the word I'm looking for? It's a stopgap measure. Mm-hmm. So like if you need a heart transplant, and if you keep your heart, and you're
it's
gonna
like
die,
the donut that you have for your spare if you need to get to someone to get a spare.
Basically, it requires a power source. You have to stay at the hospital. They can put it in there. It functions, but it's a functional measure until you get a replacement organ, and that might be more science fiction than not. But I know that the mechanical hearts are real. Mm-hmm. They're just not great.
It's a quick fix until.
Yeah, it's a standby measure. But as far as
what's his name have one of those? The vice president, the last one.
Joe Biden?
No, before that one. Cheney.
Little Cheney.
I know he had a heart replacement, right?
He might. I don't know.
Yeah, well, in that movie he did.
I haven't seen that movie.
Vice.
Yeah, I want to see that though.
It's fucked up.
That's
Batman.
right.
Christian
Bale plays
Dick Cheney, right? And like legit. Like, yeah, that's like a funny movie too.
I've seen the previews. I've seen some clips and stuff on the side, and it looks great.
I mean, the heart thing is like fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucked up because I think that they're insinuating that, oh sure, this asshole at the 0 hour is lucky enough to get the heart that he needs when he needs it.
Right. But other people die.
Other people die. A guy died to get so that he could get it.
Right.
And like he's kind of a piece of shit.
Sounds like a politician to me.
Let's not talk about politics.
No, let's not. Don't want to throw any stones.
So what's your recovery time looking like?
So
can you act?
Upfront recovery for like general activity, 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
2 weeks, and I'm going to stay home and just kind of be down.
You'll be on your tapping shoes in no time.
And then within 4 to 6 weeks, I'll be back to regular activity as far as most things are concerned. The only like lifting restrictions, for a period of time for a month or two, would be like low to medium weights, just because they fucking cut on you. Just like after you had your hernia surgery, it's like don't fucking lift anything over.
Yeah, about that.
Pounds. Right, but there's
See, that's where I think I fucked up.
There's a line there, like how far can you go before you cause an issue? And with hernias, you can't fuck around because if they stitch it up or repair it, and then it fucks up again, they can't repair it again.
Right.
Depending on where it's at.
Well, they can't repair what they've already done. They'd have to start over, or are you fucked for good?
I'm not 100% sure on like the.
Well, I mean, like, look, I've got 2.
Right. Mesh.
I got implants. two mesh implants.
You might be open for you get in that lawsuit.
Rose asked about that when we went in.
Right.
And the dude was like, no, this is good. This is good.
This is the okay one.
He's
the
like,
other one's no good.
That's basically what he said.
Yeah.
He's like, no, we've been using these for forever. They're fine.
Right.
No need to worry about that.
I know somebody that has a couple, same thing, mesh implants, and they're fine. So I don't know.
Well, I think I got mine after all that got started, whenever it was.
Yeah, no, way after.
I mean, like, what are you going to do?
Take it out and refund it, or I don't know.
I mean, is the warranty shot on this, or?
So within a couple of months, I'll be good to go.
Yeah.
So by, next year when we're ready to start doing stuff.
Well, I'm looking at more along the lines of the shorts that I've been sending.
I mean, no pressure, like no physical activity.
Well, you've read it.
Yeah, I read the
weed sitch.
7.
I've got 8, but weeds in 2.
But yeah, that's what I mean. Like the stuff that like he's literally just chilling and talking.
Right.
And there's a little tension, and then that's it. So I can 100% handle that.
Okay.
Even like
day of.
Probably not day of. I'll probably be pretty fucking stoned on that day. Because they use some killer fucking drugs. I'm sure you remember. They shoot you up with some IV shit before you go in. And you get in there and they're like, all right, count backwards from 100.
Just that. That's the only thing. And they didn't do the count thing.
Yeah, they
did. They?
They just tell you to relax and breathe in.
Yeah, I think so. It's like, I mean, at this point, it's been so far away that I don't remember it. Well, but I fucking blew chunks afterwards.
Yeah, some people react that way. I cried.
Did you?
Like I woke up from my surgery and I was like because they have you in your room, and then anesthesiologist comes in and he's like, all right, we're gonna give you a little, I don't remember what he called it. I called it pre-party.
We're gonna spread your cheeks, boy.
So they fucking give you a little thing in your IV, and it's like, he tells you what's in there. It's like 6 different fucking things,
big old cocktails,
painkillers and shit like that, and just put that in your IV, and you start feeling.
Well, they just lay the mask ever so gently on your face,
right?
And you're like, how's that gonna work?
That's when you're in the operating
It's not like It's not like. They just put it on your face.
You don't need that much gas.
I guess not.
I mean, that shit hits your brain and you're done.
There's not a seal here. There's not a vacuum seal.
Yeah, you don't have long enough to
I'm going to be awake
before you're asleep.
Ah!
So, yeah, they just, like last time, they gave me a little fucking IV shoot, and they're pushing me down the hallway into the surgery room, the OR, And I'm like, dun, dun, dun,
I didn't
dun,
get any of
dun.
that.
Yeah, well, I did. So they fucking shoot you up and they start pushing you down the hallway, and I'm like doing the Imperial March, and the fucking nurses are laughing, and the doc comes up next to my gurney before I went in, and I'm like, hey, doc. And he goes, you have any questions before we get started? And I was like, you ever put anybody in a wheelchair? I was fucked up, dude. Like, I was literally stoned.
Is there a God?
What's the point, man?
If a train going 50 miles an hour in LA.
Leaves the station at 2 a.m.
So you started crying when you woke up?
So, yeah, you get done, you get through the surgery, you come out, you're still laying in the bed that you went in on, I think. Unless they flip you over and move you to a different bed. I don't know. That was the other question I asked him because it's back surgery and I'm laying on my back.
Mm-hmm.
And I told
because they got to flip you over and get into
yeah,
your
they got to
back.
flip you over and work on the back.
It's like, we're going to the stomach, boy.
No, I mean, they can do that depending on where your issue is. They can go through the other side.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fuck. Whoa. That grosses me out thinking about it. It's like push the guts aside and get in there and work on it. But because mine is literally like on the back of my spine, there's no reason to go through all that. But I was laying in the bed, same thing. After they give me anesthesia, they asked me in there if I had any questions, and it's like, yeah. So I'm a big old boy. I said, how the fuck are you guys gonna flip me over and get to work? And they're like, oh, we got some big nurses back there. And it's like, okay, so don't drop me on the floor.
Yeah, because you moved. I moved.
Mm-hmm.
I moved from one to the other.
Yeah,
they've got to move you back.
They can pick you up
right?
out of the bed with your sheets. They get like, 4 or 6 fucking people in there. They roll up the edges of the sheets with your body in the middle, and they pick you up and transfer you if they have to. Scares the shit out of me thinking I got people fucking handling me while I'm conked out, but whatever.
It's weird.
Yeah. So then they push you into the recovery room and they monitor your vitals, make sure you wake up, everything's cool. They want to talk to you, make sure that you're not all retarded and brain damaged, right? And I woke up and all I remember from that moment was waking up crying.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a reaction to the fucking drugs they use. Like, it just does that to some people.
Yeah, no, I threw up.
Yeah.
And like it scared me because I thought throwing up is gonna affect the brand new situation, and they didn't seem to.
They're like, oh, cool.
They weren't like, okay, just kind of take it easy, be careful, you don't want to do anything. They just handed me a bag and just let me go.
Yeah.
And I did it a lot.
Yeah.
And it sucks.
Some people react poorly. My little sister reacts poorly to anesthesia. She had gallbladder surgery and same thing. She fucking woke up and she was fucking violent and puking. I cried like a bitch. I fucking laid in my bed and cried, and the gal was like, I remember the nurse asked me, she's like, are you okay? And I was like, I don't know. And she's like, does it hurt? And I'm like, yes. Like, I'm not even thinking about it. Like, I don't know if it fucking hurt or not.
Probably doesn't.
Probably not. And I'm like, yeah, it hurts. Fucking whatever. She's like, okay, hang on a second. We'll get you some more payments. It's like, all right, cool. And that's not what I was thinking. I was like, I'm crying. I don't know why I'm crying. So I'm just going to say yes.
Yeah.
Like in that moment.
Well,
they give me a little fucking shooter and some shit. And then all I remember is laying back down, falling back asleep. And then I woke up in the recovery room and I was fine.
Mm-hmm.
I woke up, no pain. I felt like a million fucking bucks. The place where they cut me was a little sore. And that was it.
Mm-hmm.
And then the nurse comes over. She's like, hey, just want to check on you. How you feel? And I was like, I'm fucking hungry. That's all I could think about was food. And then there was like saltine crackers and shit in there. So I ate about 6 or 8 packets of saltine crackers and had a Sprite.
Right.
Then they want you to get up and walk and make sure that you're capable of walking. They walk you to the bathroom because they want you to take a piss. Make sure all that stuff's working. And then that's it.
I don't think. No, for me, it was just. They just wanted to get me out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Outpatient. They don't want you fucking hanging around. Plus,
right.
You were like into that. Was that right before? What month was that in?
June.
Okay, so that was,
I had to wait for the COVID to settle down before I could get it.
So that's probably why, and it's going to be probably the same thing for me. Like, it's going to be get in, get out, fucking around. You don't need to be here. Like, I have to self-quarantine for...
Right, you got to take COVID tests.
Take COVID tests and all my pre-op stuff, and then you got to quarantine until the surgery. It's like, fucking whatever, I don't care. So, yeah, I don't know.
I just remember, like... I got scared. Like, I started getting nervous and anxious right beforehand.
Yeah. Well,
I was cool all the way up until.
You start thinking about what they're going to do to you.
Well, and they took forever.
Yeah.
Like when we got there, they're like, "Oh, the doctor's done early. He's ahead of the schedule.
Right.
You know, we can get you in early." And then we fucking sat there and waited for like 2-3 hours before he came in. Like he fucking forgot.
He probably was like, "Probably it's not on the schedule till this time."
Right. So he went and dicked around or whatever.
Right. Play a game of golf. Get a cup of coffee.
And Rose was getting
Have
pissed.
a donut.
I mean, well, but we went over the time.
Right.
Before he even came in, we went past, and that's when we went past the time that the thing was supposed to be.
Right.
And Rose started getting pissed, and she walked out because no one came in. No one had come in for a long time.
Right.
And so she like went out, and she was like, "Oh, they forgot about us."
Right.
And then like the doctor came in with like some excuses, and like Rose started grumbling and you know grouching about something, and I'm like, just let it go, okay? Just let's get this done.
This is not the guy.
Right? Don't fuck with this guy. Like he didn't hear anything of what she was saying because he just came in with his his script to say to me whatever the problem was, and then he got out, and then they wheeled me in and everything else like that, and then it was over and done with. And
no, it's right before though. Right before you go in is when you really get nervous because you start thinking about what's about to happen.
Well, it's for me. It's like, am I gonna wake up? Am I gonna wake up? Like, what the fuck? This is fucked up.
My whole fear was waking up in there.
I think that's everyone's fear, right?
I think that's the only legitimate fear that I had was waking up during the surgery.
While they're inside.
While they're fucking got your ass splayed open, you fucking laying bare ass up in the fucking operating room. You know, I watched fucking like literal surgery videos, not fiction surgery videos, but like actual ones. And it's fucking gross, dude. It's like working on a car. They got their fucking tools and they're in there and they do their shit and they get out, they sew you up and they get back. You know, I'm glad that it's not through the front and it's like not a cavity. Because I think that's probably more fucking dangerous.
Yeah.
You know, for shit to get left in there and fucking, you know, fucking nick the wrong piece or something, have fucking guts explode. I don't know. All kinds of things to worry about, but it's like that idea of waking up while they're fucking grinding on you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and they watch you, and that's why there's an anesthesiologist present during
multiple people present.
Yeah, they're like multiple people watching your vitals, so they can tell if your shit starts coming up. They just pump a little more juice in there, make sure you go back to sleep. And I'm sure early on it was a
different situation.
Not exactly a settled science, but
they were, you know, you got the barbers were also the dentists,
right? So I don't know. I'm less worried this time because last time just it went so smooth. It was easy.
Well, let's talk about something else then while you're here.
Yeah. So
we're looking to do these shorts that I wrote.
Yeah, I think that looks exciting. They look like fun.
I mean, the idea behind that was like we're gonna be waiting forever to do the feature that we want to do.
Sure.
And the way it's looking now, we might be waiting even longer.
Right.
Because I might not have the money to get the equipment that I want to have to make that movie.
Sure. And I think if we keep the desire to do it and stay in shape by doing maybe some shorts where the cast number and the requirement for output is low. You know. And we can shoot, these things can't be, 5-10 minutes in length.
Right.
As far as how much film time there is.
Roughly, approximately 5 pages a piece.
Each
on
one,
average.
You could film in an afternoon.
And that was the point, was like, few people, few locations, few everything. It's basically just dialogue driven, plot driven, and just kind of have fun.
Yeah.
So we're looking to start this on the 5th of December for the first episode. And just kind of play it by ear.
Yeah.
Like, who do I need? Well, let's talk to them. When can I get them? Let's do them that day. Or whatever day those two are both available at the same time. And then once that one's done, move on to the next one. Who do we need? Let's work on that.
Sure.
So just play it fast and loose with that and just kind of have fun and just get back on the horse again.
Yeah, just get some film.
Right.
Get some editing.
So would we be able to use the garage again? Is that still an option?
Yeah,
okay.
I'm sure we can make that happen.
Okay. I didn't know if...
No, it's usually pretty accessible.
That guy's
I can set that
still
up
open
and
time.
Yeah, that's not a big deal.
Okay.
So
yeah, I mean, and then you come in, what, the 4th episode?
4, yeah.
And that's a bonus episode.
Yeah. Kind of an in between.
So for all the people who don't listen to this, which is everybody, I think that is an episode that'll be filmed but not shown until all is said and done.
Okay.
Because I sat down to write what was supposed to be that episode, which is the next one ultimately, and I'm like, oh, I didn't write that. I wrote something else. So it's just a complete bonus episode that just fits in, and we just want to play with the format a little bit, and like, here's the story, and on top of having the story, let's fuck around and do some fun stuff. Because one of the episodes is like, alternately, this scene can be filmed in like an airplane.
I like that.
Because Greg was sitting there and he's like, oh, what can we do? Like, we need to show these guys traveling and talking about the situation.
Right.
And I'm like, well, like, and he's like, can we like just turn your garage into like an airplane, like a military airplane where they're waiting to parachute out of it? And I'm like, well, I mean, the job is in town at a house, so they're not gonna be flying anywhere. So I was like, whatever. So when I sat down and wrote it, I'm like, maybe we can just shoot it twice, and then we can have another fun episode.
Right.
That like goes on the end. Just an alternate, like like a DVD extra or something. After all is said and done,
it'd be fun to have do something like that.
Yeah, like let's just fuck around. With this.
I had an idea just now.
Here we go.
So I have a friend
Beep.
whose dad, whose name is.
What the fuck?
No, my friend's dad is a pilot. And he does with charter planes.
Mm-hmm.
He has his own little airplane, and he does charter flights, like small jets, shit like that, passenger jets, passenger planes.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we had the right format, we might be able to shoot a green screen interior of a plane. Fucking who knows? Maybe we can actually get in the air. In a small plane.
I mean,
how fucking cool would that be, though?
That would be cool, but not quite what I was thinking or Gray was thinking.
I know. Okay.
Like the type where it's just the big, huge military.
Oh, like a C-130.
Right, and they've got like the netting and then the seats.
Right.
And they just got the netting there, and they're just kind of like in this big jumbo military thing that you see in movies right before they go.
That might be tough to get access to.
Go. I mean, sure.
It would be fun.
Well, what does the interior of one of these planes look like?
Just like that. It's pretty Spartan. I mean, it's a bare metal floor.
Well, no. Like the one you're talking about, that your friend.
These are like
your dad's whatever friend, your friend's dad.
Yeah. They're like small airplanes. So it's not a fucking G6 or anything.
I mean, we wouldn't need to go in the air. Like, we just throw a green screen.
Fuck, we could do it in the hangar. Mm-hmm. All we need is an airplane that we can get inside of.
Right.
And we're fucking shooting dialogue. It's not like we even need to use the airplane all that much.
I mean,
but being inside of a real airplane would be fucking cool.
Right.
Not entirely necessary, but it might be fun, right? If we can get a connection there somewhere.
Do you got a van connection?
I'd probably find one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You picture the van.
I was thinking like a panel van,
just something that's got a rapist van. A rapist van, exactly.
Van, yeah.
It's got 2 seats in the front, and then the back is completely open for them to dick around in.
Yeah, like a cargo van. Fuck, we could probably rent one, dude.
That's what I was thinking too.
We could probably rent one from. Who knows? I mean, we could rent one from. Like a fucking literal car rental place.
Right.
Even if the seats are fucking removable, we rent the van, we take the seats out. If it has no seats, even better. We're looking for a panel van.
Right.
So
that's
if we really wanted to do that, I'm pretty sure we can land one.
Okay. You don't know anyone that has a van?
Not off the top of my head, but we could probably find somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to my dad, talk to some people that my buddies know.
Your dad's been suspiciously quiet.
He's working a lot. He's actually working at the facility right now.
At jail?
Yeah, he's working at the prison. But he has to go there 4 or 5 days a week now.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas before he was working only a couple of days a week at the prison.
Mm-hmm.
So, a lot more involved.
Is he going to be free to do this?
I mean, the amount you need him, I'm sure that we can pull it off.
Okay.
So.
What are your thoughts? You got ideas? I don't
yeah.
know. I don't know what's going on. Like I said, because this fucking thing,
I like it the way it's written. I think it's fun.
Well,
Especially the scene at the house.
The heist.
They actually do the job.
Right.
Like, that looks like fucking fun. It looks like great fun. Especially the part where the dude comes in and he does his thing that fucks the whole thing up. Like, that's fucking great. It's like, you rat bastard. I fucking love it.
You didn't see that coming?
I didn't. I was like, he's going to be a bitch about this the whole fucking time because he didn't get to go. What a little fucking cunt. And then, holy fucking brass balls, where did you come from? Did not expect that. It was out of left field.
I'm glad.
Especially the way he, like, plays the whole thing off. He's like, fuck you.
And
it's like, shit, dude. Like, that was fucked up. Like, he was a dick to you, but come on. Like, fucking do that. Mm-hmm. Totally rude. Yeah, not cool at all.
This is the thing that I'm making as the fake thing.
The fake MacGuffin, as it were.
Right. I mean, it's not done. I'm still working on it.
It'll be fun. I also like that idea when they kind of find out like what it really is, and what the guy, the guy who's
the owner.
It's like wow.
Yeah, I'm still working on it.
Because it gives a little credence to like the old, I don't know, how parents are.
Right.
And then
it's like, Daddy, I want to put my stuff in there with your stuff.
Right. Which is funny because like it plays that way in real life. Like I literally have some doubloons.
Look at it.
They're not real, right?
No, they're real.
Okay. Well,
but they're not worth anything.
Tangibly real.
I mean,
what era are they from?
It's got a year on there.
So they're actual.
I mean, it's pre-World War II. So, and I even got some more. So, like, I didn't write it into the script, but I figure in episode 2, when he's reading about the situation, that there will be an envelope and they'll fall out and he'll be like, oh shit. So there really is like a Nazi treasure.
Right. Yeah, 1939.
But they were relatively cheap. So like I said,
how much was it for?
I think it was like $20.
For this?
Yeah.
But they're like obviously copper.
Well, I think it was like $7 for one, but then the thing was like, oh, buy 3 and you'll get 1 for free.
Right. I mean, it's cool though, like, cause you don't see a lot of legit stuff from that era. Holy, that's heavy.
And that's like a joke, maybe a joke shot. Like, this is the gold that they're looking at.
So, the funny thing about you handing me this, that's not a real.
Why not? Yeah, it's real metal.
But I mean, it's just a thing. It's
someone made. It's
made
not like
this. It's not something that this produced.
No, this is
produced by the company.
No.
It's something that people.
Somebody went.
Creation.
Right.
So that's some of your treasure, right?
Right.
So like literally, I have some of my kids' full art holographic Pokemon cards in my safe at home.
Oh, really?
Because he's like, I want to get these graded and all this stuff, and it's like
he's been watching videos on YouTube.
Huh? He's been watching videos, but he's like, I want to get graded and this and that, and like those are his treasure though. Those are things that he thinks are important, and sometimes kids think this shit's gonna be worth money, and it kind of sucks that they're thinking about that at a young age, but it's treasure, right? They think that's their fucking like. I used to keep
well, because you're supposed to get those cards.
Right, and I had a suitcase when I was a kid, like a little. Probably like for no, it was
like a luggage.
Old luggage, right? It had little pop snap clips and a flip open lid. It's probably like a makeup case or something like that. When I was a kid, and it was full of rocks. I owned my rock collection, right? And I would find quartz crystals and shit out in the desert and pick shit up and cool stuff that I thought was neat and obsidian or whatever. And I would put this shit in this box. And I fucking lugged it around for years and years and years. I think my mom still has it.
Mom still has your rocks.
She still has my rock collection from when I was a kid, right? And then I look at it now, it's like, what the fuck was I doing? Like, because there was something shining on it, right? And I thought that was valuable. And that's, bring it back around to like a social commentary on what value really is. Like
Today opposed to then.
Yeah, well, from the beginning of time, from the beginning of society or man to now, why do we value a thing over another thing?
Well,
right?
it's
I value food, like what you should value, right? Food and safety and shelter and comfort, right? Things that mean literally intrinsically mean something to you as a human being, as a fucking animal. Those are things that are important.
right, the vitals for life.
Right. The things that literally keep you alive, keep you safe, keep you from dying. So why do I give a shit about a shiny rock? Or a shiny piece of metal? Or a fucking piece of paper with a number on it?
Right.
Well, money boils down to, at this point in our society, that you can buy the things you need, like food, shelter, safety, comfort.
Yes.
That's why we do that. That's why we value it. But if you think about diamonds, you think about gold, you think about rubies, you think about emeralds, those things have been valued highly over the existence of
Someone
time
said there
for a long time because they were few and far between. They were hard to find.
Yeah.
So the bigger it was, the more valuable it was.
Sure.
The more shit you could get for it. So the use case became to buy security and food and comfort.
Mm-hmm.
But the first person that had one said, "Well, this is fucking cool. I like that."
Mm-hmm.
Just like a child who goes out into the desert and finds a quartz crystal and goes, "Wow, it's treasure."
Well, that's what they say about like the chocolate diamond, is that it was just used as a drill until they didn't use it anymore, and they were just chucking them until someone's like, "Whoa, those are diamonds. Let's say that those are worth something. Put them on a ring and sell them to people rather than start chucking these tools that you have."
Right. Exactly. It's stupidity. Why do we care? Because it's pretty. Because somebody found it, and there's not very many of them. Not everybody can find one.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever found a diamond? I haven't.
Not that I know of.
But there are places in the world where you can find them all fucking day long.
Sure.
But those people use that. The
diamond is a symbol, Cory.
Right. Right. It's a symbol like a circle. As a circle has no end. Because it's a circle.
Oh, a very big penis. oh, my penis is so small. Your big penis. Is that racist? You know what that's from, right? South Park.
Okay, I probably haven't seen that one.
Oh, yeah. Where they're just trying to make the Americans feel good about them. So whatever, I don't remember what it was in reference to.
Okay.
We're gonna have to cut that out.
Probably. You racist fucking.
It just reminded me of South Park. No, not a racist bone in my body.
No. Well, I mean, you can't be racist. You're American Indian.
A Native American.
Native American. Is that what the little people prefer now?
I like Indian.
I think Indian was very strong, even though it's the wrong country.
Well, I mean, I'm not from India, but I mean, like, have we had this conversation? We've plenty of times.
I'm sure we have.
Halloween 5 years ago when we were looking at like the Indian costume video.
That. Yeah.
So I mean, Aboriginal.
I mean, technically, you're not an Aboriginal either. You're a native.
Because I'm not from Australia, but I mean, Aboriginal, isn't it now a general term for somebody who is the original? The original ab.
I don't know. We have to look at the etymology of that.
I like being called an Indian. I don't take offense to that.
Right.
It's what we were called.
I think Native American is fine, but I'm a fucking white person from Western Europe.
I think Native American is a mouthful.
It is.
And it sounds kind of pompous.
So is African American. That's kind of a mouthful.
It is.
I actually have heard that they now prefer people of color.
Really?
Yes.
They like to be called colored people.
No. People of color.
What's the difference?
Because
I'm using the same word, right?
I don't know.
COLOR?
It's not what you say, it's how you say it.
I know. And like,
okay.
We're not ones to have this conversation.
I mean, you're a person of color. I've talked to a guy that looks whiter than me.
And he's black?
His mother was black.
He's got a piece of the cake.
He refers to himself as a person of color, which is fine. Like, if you self-identify and your family, like your direct lineage has black folks in it, why not? I don't give a shit.
Right.
It makes no difference to me. It's like if you want to say if you're a woman or not.
So
I don't
do
really
they
care.
like to be called? There's.
So people of color is the.
I thought people don't like labels anymore.
They don't. they prefer to unlabel their labels.
It's so hard to live in this world and just be like cool. Let's
go
back to the 80s. You can't be cool.
80s, you used to be able to say shit like, "Oh, that's fucking gay. Don't be retarded." That fucking test was stupid and retarded. I fucking hate that teacher.
Right.
That shit's retarded. You can't fucking say that.
You can't.
You can't call shit gay anymore, which is fine. I mean, the argument that I like.
You understand.
Is like, oh, would you like it if somebody said, "Oh, that was fucking Cory"?
Yes.
Don't be a fucking Derek. So I get it. Okay, I get it. But you also can't use those terms.
Well, you're a white male, so
yeah, I can't say shit.
You're at the top of the pile.
I'm at the bottom of the fucking list of shit that I can say. I can say. I'm pretty sure I can still say honky and cracker because I think those are derogatory terms
but
for
those
white people.
They don't sting.
They don't.
Like other words. Funny. I'm sure all of the white. I think people that are referred to as that would use that word as a point of pride, anyways. Like rednecks like to call themselves rednecks and white trash and
exactly
honky cracker.
Like okay, so my friend and I at work had this conversation about rednecks and white trash and the difference. Mm-hmm. And I think the difference is that rednecks will self-identify as a redneck, but rednecks will identify white trash. Even if the white trash people identify as a redneck, I don't think they would necessarily positively self-identify as white trash.
Well, people like to admit that they are trailer trash.
Right. Because so like I grew up in a trailer park.
Sure.
I think
I grew up in a
trailer park too. So I like to lead stories like that. Like if I'm going to tell somebody at work a story, I was like, well, when I was growing up in the trailer park.
Now check this out. So
it softens it up a little bit.
And then trailer trash dominantly refers to white people.
Usually, yeah.
But like, I've got a Mexican friend that lives in a trailer.
Yeah,
And if you were to call him trailer trash, would that sound ridiculous? It's like he's Mexican. He can't be. Don't give him that.
Yeah, he can't have. You can't call him that. He ain't white.
Don't take that from the white people. We're trailer trash.
We're trailer trash, right? So like, and are you 50%, 25% Indian? Like, what's your?
I think it's 3/8.
What's your breed?
Paiute.
3/8.
It's like 30%.
30% Paiute.
Indian.
Not just Paiute. Is that the tribe you associate?
I think that's the tribe that is dominantly in my system right now.
Right now.
The way I said it, no, you're right. You're right.
Little Cherokee.
No, you're right. I don't know. It sounds stupid when I said that. Because I don't like to put stamps on anything.
Sure.
Because you never fucking know. That's just a force of habit at this point. Because that's how I talk all the time. Is I don't give anybody a positive.
Yeah, it's stupid. Like who really fucking cares?
I mean, if I lose my hand, am I losing a chunk of that percentage of my?
Yeah, well, you go down to 29%.
It's like, yeah, it's like, oh, you went under the bar now.
Yeah, now you don't qualify. You don't qualify for benefits, sir. I'm sorry, you have your arm amputated.
Yeah, so
that's fucked up. Where does the reservation start? Out in Pyramid, towards Pyramid.
I don't know. They have a sign.
I don't know.
I don't go out to Pyramid.
You don't go out there.
I've been there twice, maybe.
Not a lot to see. They have a natural history museum on the reservation. That was kind of interesting. Like,
are they Paiutes over there?
Yeah.
I just know the reservation in town.
Right. No,
and I don't even know where that starts and stops.
They're both Paiute. Like 2nd Street over to Mill.
Right.
And then
they even have their own Walmart.
Kitsky back to the Walmart. That's the.
I can't believe they call that the Three Tribes Walmart or something.
Oh, I don't know.
Like, isn't there a sign that says like 3 tribes?
Really? There might be like
there wasn't a sign there, but then when they put Walmart up, they put a sign that was like, oh, 3 tribes. And it's like 3 tribes Walmart.
So
I don't know.
Like
Paiute,
Navajo, and
another one.
Something else. I don't know what the other like regional tribe would be for this area, but I know that Paiutes are the main indigenous folks.
You missed out on was it a couple weeks ago when Gray was here and we were looking through the yearbooks and shit.
I know, that sucks.
Like
because I love looking through
that wasn't even a podcast. We were just bullshitting. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fun times.
I sent you that picture.
Mm-hmm.
You look like a little fucking pup.
Little kid, man.
It's so fucking weird.
It is super weird.
Because I think about you in high school, and it's like, oh, you look the same.
Right.
But then you look at actual photo evidence.
Well, that was junior year, and then like towards the end of.
16, 17.
Yeah, towards the end of senior year, I was like, quit shaving.
Oh, really?
Like, I was.
Well, you shaved for your job.
Yeah.
Your Taco Bell job.
Yeah, I had to shave my goatee and stuff for that. But after I quit Taco Bell, I was like, fuck that, I'm going goatee. No like black blues, really. I'm down with the sickness.
I mean, we're like this close to a 20-year.
Scary.
Right?
Yeah, 03, man.
It's 3 years from now.
3 years from now.
In fact, it's 2 years from like 5 months from now or something like that.
Yeah, at the end of this school year, it'll be 2 years.
So it's like 30 months or whatever it is.
Fucking crazy.
Do you think anyone's gonna do anything?
I don't know. I think Carla, she set up the last one.
Yeah, she set up the last one.
I think she's pretty like into stuff like that. Maybe if she's not too busy with her life, and there's always gonna be somebody that wants to do that.
We can go there with our Oscars, right?
With our Oscars?
Our Oscars will take us to
goddamn hope so. Hopefully they pay for our ticket.
Our Oscars are taking us to the fucking reunion this year.
It's gonna be like, hey, got one of these. How far will this get me?
I don't want to jinx anything, but like I like making movies, and I hope it turns out to be something. I feel like we're closer than we've ever been.
Okay, so right here at the tail end of the old discussion, I've been watching a fair amount of like YouTube.
You wanted to talk about like the DC stuff?
Yeah, we could do that another time.
You gotta blow out
fact,
here.
If you want, yeah, I can't stay too late.
How much you got? 15 minutes?
I can do 15.
Okay, so go ahead.
So, I've been watching a fair amount of YouTube original material. I don't know how that works as far as production and like how you get. It's like Netflix. Are you not familiar with YouTube?
Okay.
So under YouTube Premium service, there are
YouTube
TV shows basically that have been produced
by
YouTube as a production.
Okay.
But produced by.
Fucking ask me a question like that.
I didn't know if you'd ever seen any of it. You probably don't subscribe to YouTube Premium.
No, I don't.
Okay. So I don't either. But my friend hooked me up with his account.
Okay.
So it's like a family account, right? So you get so many logins. And there's a handful of things.
YouTube just shut this podcast down.
What's that?
YouTube just shut this podcast down after you say it.
They gave you more than one access, dude. So it's not like fucking cheating. So yeah, YouTube Originals under the premium, and it feels. Feels well produced. It feels like Netflix, like a Netflix original.
I thought they just lost that.
Did they?
Because they sold the Karate Kid stuff to Netflix. It's on Netflix now.
They might not be doing it. I don't know. Or maybe because production is low because of COVID, they're not doing it. But there's some shows.
I think they might be pressing the brakes.
Yeah, they might pump the brakes on it. But like one show that I really liked on here it's called Wayne.
Wayne's World?
No, Wayne.
Like your middle name, Wayne?
Like my middle name, Wayne.
Like Wayne's World.
Wayne's World, party time, excellent.
Absolutely.
I can show you after, but it's I think written by the same people that worked on Deadpool, so it feels kind of like Deadpool gritty like that. It's super fun to watch. And I watched another one called Origin. It was like a space transport thing, like a long distance transport, FTL, to this other solar system.
FTL.
Faster than light travel.
Okay. Interesting.
Which I think was interesting because it was still 27-month journey one way to this place.
It's a hell of a turnaround.
They had not cryo but stasis for the passengers. Big colonizing thing to this planet, but it was super fun. And they get struck by a meteor or something from the system, and it crashes into the thing, and it's like this fucking little goop alien thing. It gets in your body and in your brain, and it like fucking takes over, and it's a parasitic like brain control thing. Not unheard of, relatively popular trope in science fiction, right? But still fun.
Mm-hmm.
And well produced. Effects were great. Acting was point.
But do they have the viewers?
What's that?
Do they have the viewers?
I mean, there was 2 seasons.
That don't mean anything. They can pay for a season outright, and then
kill it. Yeah, I don't know what the viewership was on it. I could look.
Well, I mean, I'm not asking you for the numbers, but like, it's just like there's so.
Who knows what could work? But I mean, if you could get a script in front of somebody that was buying shit,
I mean, that's the thing.
They liked it. I'm just talking about avenues, right? You get a script in front of somebody that wants to produce your film. That's how you get a budget to actually fucking make a film.
Absolutely.
And even if, like, so a lot of this stuff was broken down, they're like 40-minute episodes.
I want to be in those avenues, Cory.
Exactly.
I'm not like closing myself up, but I don't know how to get to those avenues though.
Right. So we have to work on that.
Hey, dear YouTube,
hit us up.
We have scripts that we are willing to make.
Have scripts will travel.
I will do the first one for free. That one's on me. And then if you like what you get, pay us for the next one around. You hear that, YouTube?
That's it.
We love you.
We love YouTube.
So, absolutely.
So stuff like that I think is interesting. Some of the, like I said, the content that I've seen on there, very interesting. Maybe an interesting avenue, at least to, I mean, fucking, even if you, okay, would you say no to selling a script and let somebody else fucking make it? Why not? If you could just write, do the fucking Millius thing,
well, like,
shit, then maybe get direction.
I'm not opposed to writing someone else's script.
Right.
Yeah.
Why not? Write something, let somebody else produce it, let somebody else direct it. Even if they fucking kill it, like, you get paid, or even if you hang on, like the writers usually get to hang on throughout production for rewriting and continuity stuff. And
I mean, I think it's just like yes and no. Sometimes.
Yeah, maybe sometimes, maybe sometimes not. The studio gets a hold of it.
All right. Since you're on your way out.
All right, do it.
Let's do a sound off here. Would you prefer to be nearsighted to the point of legal blindness, or be able to see exactly how and when everyone you meet is going to die?
So what was the first part again?
Would you prefer to be nearsighted to the point of legal blindness?
So you have to choose one, right?
Right.
So, like, it's either
can't
you know how
well.
People are going to die that you meet, every fucking person you meet.
So like as soon as you lock eyes, it's just like you wouldn't even be able to control it.
No, you would just know. Like I would meet you the first time we met, and I'd be like, dude.
And every time you see him.
Right.
Or be nearsighted to the point of legal blindness.
I mean, I would rather know how people are going to die.
Yeah.
I could fucking capitalize on that.
You could. Like, these questions are so fucking dumb, too.
They are, because it's an easy yes-no question, but it is like a conversation starter, right? But the name of the book is Questions for Terrible People. 250 questions you'll be ashamed to answer.
Right, so I guess that's a terrible half of that one.
Right, so it's not always like, and I think, like I said, conversation starter, right? We got these cards for dinner at the house because we're tired of my son telling us about fucking Minecraft or about fucking Pokemon or some shit. It's like, I did the thing and the pickaxe and the stuff. And then you also have to listen to him play the game. He's shouting about the same things. And you sit down at the table and he's so excited about it. I feel bad for not being excited for him. But I get it. Like, he's a kid. That's what his life is right now. Fine. Especially during COVID. Like, if he can be happy about anything right now, I'm going to go with it.
Sure.
But for this particular thing, okay, so we got these question cards, right? And it's just they're conversation prompts, is all they are. It's like, what's a weird question you wanted to ask somebody today? It's family friendly, right? And there's some card games, and I think I'm gonna try to pick one up. Like if there's some good sales for Black Friday or whatever, there's a card game, and it's like kind of a Cards Against Humanity thing, but the prompts are a little different. And I think some of those could be fun.
On here.
For here.
Look, I found that book right there.
That's the games to play in the dark.
Greg keeps trying to get this 2Talk thing going, these YouTube videos. Have I ever told you about that?
No, we can talk about it when we get
done. Okay.
So anyways, my end of this conversation is be able to see. So this is not just no. Like, I'm not going to just say, oh, fuck, dude, you're going to die in a car accident when you're 59. Right? I'm actually.
This is
the way it
predisposing that everything is meant to happen, how it happens.
This is fate.
Right.
So my first question is, can I see how I die?
Just look in the mirror.
If I look in the mirror, right? Like, I know myself. And at what age did this start? Right? So if I know that when I'm 39,
so it's like,
so I'm 35 now, and I know at 39, I'm going to fucking run over by a semi.
Now hold on. You're only assuming it's 39.
Right.
So you'd have to be like, do I look 39 there?
Oh, how it says how and when. So if I'm gonna know how and when somebody's gonna die.
Okay, and when.
I know exactly the day and time.
That's fucked.
And how you're gonna die. Now, if I have this information, you have like choices. What are you gonna do with it? You can't just tell people. That's fucked up. Because you wouldn't want to know about yourself, right? Or would you? Some people would. I might give it like a...
Well, the idea is you would want to know if it's like when you're 100. You don't want to know if it's like
tomorrow.
Right.
Right.
So, like, the closer it is to now is the least that you would want to know, and the further away it is, the more you want to know.
Yeah. Fair. And then, again, fate plays into this, right?
It doesn't say whether or not you can do anything about it.
It doesn't. But if I can see how you're going to die and when, that alludes to the fact that pretty much at least that fact is set in stone. Now, does it change? Does it change? Like, so if I come over today, I'm like, ooh, don't go to work tomorrow.
Right.
And you're like, why not? And I'm like, just don't. Because forklifts are dangerous. And you're like, all right, fuck it, I'll call in tomorrow. And you stay home.
Instead, well, no, I don't stay home. I go out and I do something. And I'm driving by work.
At that same time that you're supposed to die, not like I saw you die at work because you got squashed by a fucking forklift, but you're driving and you get behind a semi and the chain on the fucking forklift that it's transporting comes loose and you're driving along and it still fucking kills you. Same time, same circumstance, same event.
So let's say that the when stays the same, but the how is able to change.
Maybe. And I think that's equally valuable information.
Sure.
Like, and I don't know how you, like, right now, directly how you capitalize on that.
This question's bullshit, dude.
It is fucked up.
This is a bullshit question. Let's see what the other question is. I'm getting mad because it's a tangent that I can go way off with.
Sure.
Like, so we need to change it before it gets too long. In your lifetime, which have you done more frequently? Help someone move or given someone the finger?
That's a tough one because I moved a lot of people.
Most leases only last a year. Meeting assholes is an everyday occurrence.
Fair enough. I probably give the finger more regularly.
I mean, it's easy to give the finger.
It is. Fuck, sometimes you do it just for fun.
Right.
Or sometimes you do it like nonchalantly in a non-directional way.
Right.
You're just like, fuck that. You know? You talk about a generalized thing. Like,
well, look, how many times have you helped someone move?
Fuck. I mean, whenever somebody
has it been, does people ask you a lot?
I used to get asked all the time. Now I tell you, fuck yourself.
Like, I can tell you that I helped to hear.
Mm-hmm.
I probably helped maybe one person move, maybe two.
Yeah.
I think this is predisposing that if you're helping someone move more often, you're probably a nicer person, and you're probably like letting that shit roll off your back, the finger situation.
Fair enough.
So they're saying that
but I definitely do both frequently. I have done both to a higher level.
Like if you help somebody, it's like 100 fingers. You know what I mean?
Okay,
like helping one person move is equal to like
giving somebody the finger 100 times.
Like X amount of times.
It's probably still like real close.
Like what weighs more, a ton of feathers or a ton of gold?
Right. But like when I was younger, like under 25, I helped people fucking move all the time because I had a truck.
I mean, did you know a lot of people that needed to move? Like I know that Dakota moved. I helped him move.
Yeah.
Once. I can't think of anyone else that I helped move.
I mean, I've helped, like, from the time I was, like, 16 to the time I was 25, I fucking helped somebody, help different people multiple times a year, each year, right? So more than one person a year over the course of 10 years. I've probably moved at least at a minimum of 25 to 30 people.
So your karma points in this situation
probably way higher than the number of fingers I've ever given.
Right.
But do frequently like to give the
your checks and balances are right about even.
I like to keep things medium, even keeled. You know what I mean? I don't like to overdo it one way or the other.
All right.
Kind of some bullshit questions. We need something that's a little grittier.
You want one more? Let's do one more and then we'll get you out of here.
All right,
last one. Would you rather dump someone who treated you like crap via a public Facebook post that airs out all of their dirty laundry, or via a skywritten message above their workplace?
I mean,
like you get on Facebook and you're like,
you just fucking
fuck you, bitch.
Yeah.
You used to fucking leave your dirty tampons, and you used to fucking do this, and I hated that you fucking put the fucking salsa back in the fridge without the cap back on. That shit dried out, got old, and it sucked, and I ate it that one time, and you're a bitch. Did I mention that you were a bitch? Fuck you, we're done. So-and-so is now single.
I mean, I think, so number, like, viewership-wise, so like hits-wise, you're going to get way more viewership out of Facebook.
But
impact
above their job.
Real impact. It just shows that you've gone way the fuck out of your way to charter a fucking skywriter to tell somebody that it's over. Like, you must have fucked up major times.
You know that, I mean? It's Lisa's. Lisa goes on lunch at noon, right? So, she's leaving work, she's at work, she's outside, whatever. There's a plane upside, in the sky. It's like, fuck you, Lisa. It's over. You're a bitch.
I think, because it says does it say a skywriter?
Skywritten message above their workplace.
See, okay. Have you ever seen the airplanes with the banners behind them?
Oh, yeah.
I like those.
That's even better, absolutely.
Yeah. Or if you could get them to do both, right? Like if you have a sky message deployment, I don't know if they like take off with it dragging or if they can unfurl it.
Right.
But it would be like, if I would pay the guy and be like, look, I want you to go up, skywrite this chick's name, Lisa or whoever it's going to be, right? And then I want you to go down and make a pass under Lisa with this banner that says, "It's over, you fucking bitch," underneath it.
You whore.
And I want you to make a couple of passes, like what do they call those things on the news?
Like the marquee.
The marquee scroll, right? So I want you to make like a couple of nice passes, and I want you to do it. And like, here's your window.
Oh yeah, no, it'd be even better like when they're all leaving work.
Yeah, like the end of work or like lunchtime. There's most like warehouses or like offices that have regular lunchtime.
Yeah, but some people do different things.
They do.
But if everyone's leaving work at like 5 o'clock,
they're hitting the door and they're like, "Oh, skywriter!" Everybody's gonna stop and look. We're like, even if the chick that you're breaking up with isn't there, doesn't fucking matter. It's not for her. She knows you broke up. It's for everybody else to know it and then know that she was a bitch.
Oh, well, I mean, you could put their last name on there. Lisa. Maybe it's about you, Lisa. Right?
Yeah.
All right, so last one. Someone has cultivated a strain of marijuana that causes those who use it to exhibit exaggerated versions of your worst personality traits. What's the strain called? It's kind of a stupid question, too.
Weed name.
A weed name that makes you even more asshole.
So like the venom strain.
That's a stupid question. I ain't answering that. I'm offended.
Like a symbiote kush.
I think it's more along the lines of what is your worst personality trait.
Oh, maybe that. That's stupid, kind of. Like worst personality. Like what's my worst personality trait?
Are you asking me?
Do you have an opinion?
Well, I mean, it's usually the same opinion about everybody. Like fucking trying to get a hold of you on the phone.
I don't answer text while I'm driving.
You're a fucking narcolep.
That happens sometimes.
So,
I've been good though, right?
I don't know.
Have
I haven't
fallen
seen you in a
asleep today?
while.
Have I fallen
No.
asleep today? Okay, fuck you.
Yeah, but you've got like a pain that keeps you awake, I
It
guess.
does kind of help.
So you're like, oh shit.
That's true. No. I can be a little flaky in that respect. Like trying to get a hold of me.
So flaky Cory strain.
The flaky Cory Kush.
There you go.
AK Flaky 47. No, I'm trying to use something funny. That ain't working.
You're trying to be cool.
Trying to be cooler.
When flaky Cory Kush sounds perfect.
Flaky Cory Kush actually probably makes it. What about you?
Like I've got so many bad traits. Like
what do you
one?
think your worst one is? What do you think is the most vexing thing that you do as a personality thing?
It's like I have things that like it's all about the day, right? So one day I'm super impatient, and then the next day like
I think that's most days.
I don't have a care in the world. Well, but it's not though. Like some days I'm super patient, and then some days I'm super fucking impatient.
Gotta get it.
Right, and and it's not like I'm bipolar or anything like that. It's just a matter of like.
I think it's like a level of like commitment that you have to a thing. It's just my opinion, right? Like when you have.
That makes perfect sense.
When you have a film,
that makes
you
perfect
have
sense.
something you want, like when you wrote the script, right? You want everybody to read it, like fucking read it. Like, and I think that's. I think it's funny that we talk about this because I think if you translate what you're doing is annoying, but the reason why you're doing it really isn't.
Right.
You're excited
it
about
makes
a
sense,
thing.
but the other person isn't in my shoes.
Exactly. Like we don't see why you're doing it.
So look, okay,
all
here
we see
we
is
go.
you're fucking hounding somebody to do something. We're like, come on, man, I'm fucking doing shit. Like I don't text you back when I'm at work sometimes. So I'm literally fucking busy and I really don't have time to talk and text to people most of the time.
And that's me not being in the shoes of the other person, but I don't have that information.
Right, but you also have a different kind of job where you're like sometimes you're just like you can just do your thing and put your phone.
I'm cool for the first 24 hours, man. Okay, this
the
is
problem is you know what I try not to do.
This is where it comes.
I try not to look at your message. I just read what is on the first
5 words.
No, like whatever shows up here.
Right.
That's what I'll read if I'm at work, and I won't respond to you. Not because I don't want to respond to you, but because if I open it and I read, okay, what did he want to say? Oh, he wanted to say that. Okay, I can read it, but it's like I literally have a phone ringing, I have emails coming in, I have shit I got to do. So I'll read it and I go, okay, I'll fucking hit it back later. I'll hit him at lunchtime, and then I put my phone down. Now I don't have a notification. I have a text message.
Right.
Now I have no push, no nothing.
Right.
So now I go,
I'm
going home, or I'm going to go get coffee, or whatever. So I lose the notification, and I forget about it. And then I'll be sitting on the pot texting somebody else, and I go, oh, yeah, fucking Matt texted me back the other day. And I hit it back. And that's where the delay comes from. It's like I'm not trying to fucking ghost you. It's just like if I go too far looking at the text and I don't answer it immediately, it gets lost.
This is where my problem is. I set myself up for failure, and I do it to myself. And I guess I expect the level of commitment that I have to everything that I do for every person.
Mm-hmm.
I expect to get that same treatment back.
Always gonna let you down.
And I never do. I never fucking do. And I always do it to myself over and over and over again.
Nobody's ever going to work as hard at your business as you will. You will never get the same kind of commit from anybody in your business that you have to your own business.
Right.
Even if it's the love of your life, it's your best friend, it's the dude that's most into whatever it is you're doing, film, whatever. Like the closest thing you might get on projects like this is Greg, if he's involved directly in the project and he feels equal.
And even then, he
can still drop off because he has other shit to do.
Right.
He has other projects. He has his own projects. He has shit that he's helping other people with.
Right.
And it's not just his. Just like if he had you helping him with a script that he was making, you would never be as in as he is.
Right.
It's not a bad thing, and it's not a dig against anyone. It's just the truth.
And that's where my bad personality traits come from. Is my own expectation.
Yep.
So like if I had a strain of weed that sucks, or whatever, that makes a person an asshole. I don't know.
Because you're not an asshole, though.
Yeah, but it's asshole qualities.
Sure. And it's same for me. The quality that you exhibit is an asshole quality. But the reasoning behind it, I guess, the thing that drives you to be that part.
So like Matt's commitment kush or something.
Matt's commitment kush.
Not everything has kush in the title, but I mean,
I think that's a popular.
It's that alliteration that works.
It does.
They like alliteration, right?
The
weed makers.
Yeah, it's either got to be funny, or
like golden commitment kush, lack thereof. I don't know.
Lack thereof.
Lack. You suck kush. I don't know.
I don't know what a lot of the names are because I don't buy a lot of marijuana.
I don't buy any.
And neither do I. I do occasionally have some, but I never buy any. I usually just smoke with people that have it already. Which is kind of a fucking, you fuck all of you who are judging me right now for not buying my own weed.
All of you non-listeners that aren't listening.
I always throw down for snacks, so fuck you.
Some edibles.
For judging me. Tried edibles for the first time. Not that we want to fucking break down. We could get to the 30-minute mark here.
Well, tune in next time for Cory's story
for Cory's edibles and getting stoned stories.
The flaky Cory Kush.
The flaky Cory Kush. We should do that. Remember how we said, you told me the story about us saying that we were going to smoke together?
No.
Or something with...
You're thinking of your other girlfriend.
No. You were telling me a story that was it Tyler?
Yes.
Tyler's Chicken
Morgan.
and Porn.
Chicken and Porn?
That was the name of his business he was going to open.
Is
we were in high school. Tyler Morgan.
Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about.
He was like, I'm going to open a place. It's called Tyler's Chicken and Porn.
I don't remember that.
I think that was me and my buddy Nick were talking to him. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
He lived in my trailer park when I was growing up. So.
Okay.
But he was going to take, like, you and Devin.
Yeah, but no, I just went with him.
You just went with him.
Right.
And you guys were going to smoke.
No, we did.
You did smoke.
Yes.
And I didn't. I was supposed to go, or I goaded you into doing it. Or something.
The things that you were supposed to be around for, but you weren't in high school.
I had a lady.
Didn't we talk about that? No, you had a job.
I did have a job.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Is you had a job.
Mm-hmm. Which is funny because if I knew then what I know now, totally could have get away with smoking at that job. You guys could have come to Taco Bell.
I don't even think that was a worry.
We could have smoked out back. Probably not.
We were there.
Were you?
That's where we did, like right up off of Red Rock a little bit.
Yeah. See,
we just pulled into the desert area.
Fucking candy ass back then.
Who knows, dude? Like, can you imagine if we put our brains, like, Cory, let's travel back in time with our brains.
Man, I feel like
junior year,
time travel.
Like,
fucking A, bro. I would be down.
August 28 or whatever, dude, day one of high school.
We would do all kinds of shit. We would get laid all the time. And probably fucking make hella money because we would figure some shit out ahead of time.
Most likely.
Yeah. I would turn people on to fucking YouTube, iPhones, and...
How would you even begin to... You would just have to turn yourself on.
No, that's what I mean. I would just, like, I would be like...
That's what she said.
Here's the thing. I would, like, find...
You're like, Dad...
Because, dude, when you're 16, you got no money.
Right.
But if you were 16, like, before
money.
iPhones come out, right? This was pre-YouTube, pre-iPhones. You have to convince...
Pre-cool shit.
Pre-all the cool shit we have now.
Yeah.
You have to convince somebody that does have money or that could get you some money to throw in on an idea that you knew about from the future. You have to prove to them, right? You have to prove to them that the thing that you're telling them about is fucking legit.
Right. And that you're not full of shit.
Or you have to come up with another way.
Right.
Maybe especially if you went back together, right? Me and you. We figure it out. It's like,
own that place.
Fucking quit school. We're both going to get a full-time job. We're going to save every fucking dime we can make. And then we have 5 years before this shit comes out. Maybe not even 5. Was it 2008?
For which shit are we talking about?
I don't know. iPhone, YouTube, whatever.
Gosh. No, I think YouTube was 2006.
6?
Might even be 5.
So iPhones were probably right in there. Right in that slot somewhere. Like 4, 5, 6.
Well, they had the iPod first, right?
iPod.
Before they just put it all in one.
Right? Mm-hmm. But, like, you got to get in on that market. Like, invest.
Okay, so you're saying we would work, save the money, and then
so you invest. Got from 03, whatever year, from here to here.
01.
Okay, 01 to to
So it's
06.
like 4 years.
Right? Four years
To get some
your
capital.
shit fucking capital up and running so that you could fucking own the stock market. Dude, that's before before the housing market tanked. You could
buy some houses.
You could fucking no, you wouldn't want to, but you want to be fucking ready to buy houses once it tanked.
Once it tanked.
You would tell everybody you knew that owned a house, hey, dude, sell this motherfucker right now.
Mm-hmm.
This is the peak. This is the most money you're gonna get for it. Guaranteed. You sell it now. Whatever motherfucker buys it now, you buy that motherfucker back pennies on the dollars in less than 10 years.
Yes.
Guaranteed.
Yes.
Rent a fucking apartment for a little while. Okay?
Yeah.
Help people make money, right? It's like, look, you
people
sell your
helping
house,
people. Everyone wants to be a part of the solution.
Capitalize on this shit. You short the fucking housing market like that movie, The Big Short.
I love that movie.
I love that fucking that prospect. The concept of making money on fucking loss. Love it.
Shit, yeah.
So, I have dreams like that sometimes where I've time traveled.
Daydreams.
No, I've had like literal dreams where I'm in my dream and I'm like looking around and I'm back in fucking 1987. But as me.
Right. As adult Cory.
As an adult
today adult Cory.
And I go back to 1987 and I'm like, I'm in a place where I like meet my parents.
Mm-hmm.
Like.
Well, and baby Cory at that point.
Teenage parents, baby me, right?
Was your dad a teenager?
Other people, they were like.
We should get him on here on the next one.
Yeah, we'll work on it.
When can we get you back?
Had to wrestle him away from his old lady. Evenings are tough because of the kids.
I mean, right now, starting next week, I'll be working like every day, 1 day a week.
I'll tell you what, when I go, we can.
Right here is when we're looking to film the first episode.
Okay.
And obviously this is Thanksgiving week.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, probably not going to be a lot of time to do this.
But you know what? When I go on leave for surgery, I got 2 weeks. I'm fucking down and out. Come over to the house.
Well, I mean, that's right. I'll be off then, too, because I always have
Christmas?
I always have my Christmas vacation, Christmas and New Year's. So I take a week off.
Yeah, so fucking you come over to the house, we could. Whatever. The wife's gonna take the kids to daycare, and I'm gonna be at home probably studying for certifications and shit for work, and chilling. So
we'll figure it out.
Crash a couple hours worth. Fuck, if you come over in the evening every fucking day, after you get off of work, we spend an hour.
I won't be working.
Oh, that's right. Well, we can do whatever then.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm probably gonna want to stay active because it seems like every time I do this, she's always working, and I'm at home in bed eating the Christmas candy.
Ooh, yeah.
And doing nothing.
Candy. Okay, well, you're going to keep me sane then.
We'll see.
Surgery,
I'm not making promises. Okay. I don't like to commit,
you don't
remember?
Have to do it every day. Just come over, spend a little time. Don't fucking waste your entire vacation. Maybe we can spitball some ideas.
I'm thinking we'll probably wait on Into the Breach.
Mm-hmm.
So that I can get more money. Because I got this Renown sent me a $5,000 bill that was supposed to be taken care of.
Right.
Like I had like a $25,000 bill after all was said and done.
Right.
And now they're sending me something saying that it's 60 days old.
Insurance didn't take care of it.
Yeah, so I'm trying to get a hold of
insurance, figure it out. Talk to the fucking pipe.
Right, but that's my that's my camera and the equipment that me and Greg were looking at. So yeah, so we may be holding off on a year. Anyways, that's whatever. Thanks for listening. Thanks, Cory, for being here.
See you next time.
I don't even think we introduced ourselves.
That's because they know who we are.
This has been an NPR broadcast. Welcome to National Publication Resources, or whatever it is.
Channel 780.
See you later.